Monica here again. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who do not know, you gotta say it. I'm a life coach and consultant, and I help people to take charge of their mind and emotions so that they can develop the capability to actually achieve their dreams. So if this is for you, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned to more videos like this. Okay, so I want to talk to you about how to keep a quiet mind. Now, the opposite of a quiet mind means that your mind is noisy. Noisy is not good for your mind because your mind works best in a state of clarity. So, not in a state of distraction or confusion, right? So, how to bring this state of clarity? Now, if you're having endless thoughts, for example, that means that your mind is not in a state of clarity. And if you have non-stop thoughts, especially negative thoughts, that means that you are in a state of distraction, in a state of confusion, and your mind will work against you. And that usually means that you're letting your imagination deceive you. Yes. So what we need to work on, how we need to work on this, is by bringing a certain state of awareness because if your mind is settled, so will be your thoughts. And then only when your mind is settled, you can have clarity. Now, for your mind to settle down and to be in a state of clarity, now you need to bring a certain awareness to it. You need to be aware of how your mind functions and what thoughts you're generating, because you're making them up. They're not popping up from the universe. So you are making them up. And your mind is an accumulation of impressions that you've been gathering from society. And that is all that it is. So to bring a certain state of awareness and clarity to your mind, you need to understand that it is not about controlling your mind. Now, a lot of people tell me that, Monica, how do I control my mind? You don't control your mind, you liberate your mind. How do you liberate your mind? By, like I said, bringing that state of awareness to it. Now, how to bring awareness to the mind? Well, imagine like you're in a big traffic and there's a big intersection and cars are everywhere and noises and everybody's talking and screaming and, I'm making here a scenario so that you can picture it. Maybe some of you, a lot of people are like this in their mind every day. Imagine what terror. So imagine you're in that kind of a situation and there's just noise everywhere. Now, the minute you start walking away, let's say you start walking away towards a forest or a park where you can have some peace of mind. Now, the more you step away from the traffic, you will see, if you hear well, that the noise will start to fade away in the background. And as you're going towards the forest, now you will start hearing nature, maybe birds chirping, the wind, the leaves falling or whatever you can hear, the water nearby maybe. And that immediately puts you in a state of ease and peace. Yes, so that's how the mind works too. Because the mind works at its best when it is in a state of awareness. The mind works at its best when it's in a state of clarity, not in a state of distraction. If it's a distraction, then why the hell do we need a mind, So you need a state of clarity, and to have clarity, you need awareness. So just like walking away from a traffic, when the noise starts to fade away, that's what you need to do with your mind. You need to create a distance from it. Like imagine you are in that kind of traffic, and then you walk away and you look at it like, just a messy situation in which you've put yourself through. So that's how you can bring that awareness to the mind, and that will help you to have a clear head. Yes. And now once the noise fades away, yes, the noise, by noise I mean all your impressions you've been gathering from society, your thoughts that are popping up, and implicitly those will spike your emotions up and down, and then your mind is going to be a roller coaster. How the hell can you have any clarity in that situation? You can't. So this is what you need to start with. You need to create a distance from the mind and from all the identifications that you've been gathering, from all those things that you think they're you. So that's how you do it. Mind is a distraction for you, then anxiousness will naturally be a part of your life. Because it's just like, now let's say that you don't know how to ride a bicycle. And all of a sudden, I put you on a bicycle and you have like 30 kilometers or 40 per hour speed and you have no idea how to ride a bicycle. You're going to shit yourself, yeah? And you're going to be very anxious. But now if you can ride, if you've been, let's say you've been riding a bicycle for years, now you want to go with the highest speed that you can, and it's actually fun, yes, and a challenge. So that's how the mind works too. The minute you know how to handle it, how to keep it in that state of clarity, then whatever your mind, it's going to be fun. It's going to be an adventure. So, and it's going to be pretty intense too. So you have to understand that you need to be in a state of equanimity. You need to keep your mind and thoughts like that, because if you don't, then your mind will, your emotions will be all over the place, and that will be a big distraction for you. So a simpler way to do it is to actually engage with your thoughts. If you analyze your thoughts and keep them positive or neutral, that's actually easier to do than keeping your mind quiet. So, and this is a way to that, because if your thoughts settle, of course, so will your mind. So the thing about the thoughts, now thoughts are recycled data from society that you've been gathering. So basically, you kind of made them up. So it's important to understand that whatever you think, it's going to become your reality. And believe me, a lot of people are destroyed by that reality. So it's important to not take your thoughts very seriously, because, like I said, that will be your reality. And not only that will be your reality, that will determine how you feel. So if you think your thoughts are negative, because they're not negative, you label them as negative. I mean, like I said, you made them up. Who says your thought is negative or positive? You dictate. Why? If I have a thought and you have the same thought as me, I can perceive it as negative and you can perceive it as positive, or the other way around, because how a thought is labeled by us. So the first thing is to not take them too seriously. Then don't label them as negative. Yeah, don't take them seriously, because that will become your reality, and you're the only one who can give them that power over you. You don't want your thoughts to have power over you. If you don't want your thoughts to have power over you, guess what? Don't give them that power, yes? And secondly, don't label them as negative. Who said they're negative? Only you can say they're negative or not. Instead, keep a neutral state about it. Keep that equanimity that I was referring to when we were talking about your mind. Keep it to your thoughts too, and understand that your thoughts are not who you are, and they're just recycled data from society that you've been gathering, that you are giving power or not, and that you are labeling as good or bad or whatever else. So keep it somewhere in between. Now, if you can't do that either and you still have negative thoughts, what is very, very important is do not fight that process. Don't fight your thoughts. I mean, it's like fighting yourself, yes? So you made them up. You made up your thoughts, gathered from society, illusions. They're not real. You're giving them power. You're calling them negative, and then you're fighting them. It's insane. It's a battle you're never going to win. The only way to win is to keep them neutral, to not label them as bad or good, and to not resist it. Do not fight your thoughts. Just let them be. Yes? And as long as you let them be and you don't give them power and you don't label them as negative, now they will settle down. Once your thoughts settle down, your mind will settle down, and you can enter in that state of awareness and clarity in which your mind functions at best. And then, ta-da, you will have a quiet mind. So this is how you need to approach this. So there are 3 ways to approach this. First, yoga and meditation. I really encourage that, because you just do that and the system will align itself. Because when you are doing meditation, the right kind of meditation, which I'm going to live here, now there's a certain alignment between your body, your mind, and your energy. And once these 3 function in a certain alignment, certain things will align naturally for you without you doing anything else. So that's why yoga and meditation are so important. So this is the first step that you can take, and it's really 20 minutes a day. It doesn't take a lot of time and effort on your part. Then you need to deal with your thoughts. You need to stop labeling your thoughts as negative or positive and stop fighting them if you can't do that, and understand that they're just recycled data from society. Maintain that state of equanimity towards your thoughts and maintain that state of equanimity towards your mind. So if you do these 3 things, then and create a distance from your mind at the same time as you create that distance from your thoughts, because really thoughts are part of the mind, now you will be able to have more clarity in your life. You'll be able to have more awareness about what your mind is doing. Your mind shouldn't be like a separate entity that does its own thing. And, your mind is taking instructions from you. You give power to your mind. You give power to your thoughts. You give power to your emotions. You choose if you're in a positive state or negative state. And this is how that choice functions. Now you can work at any of these levels and it will work for you. If you can, just do the yoga and meditation. If you can, take charge of your thoughts, take charge of your emotions, take charge of your mind. But all these things are in your control. Yes. So that's what I had for you today. And like always, if this video is helpful and you want more, please like and subscribe to my channel, because that's why I'm here. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a good night.